Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're doing well and enjoying your day so far. In the final series of the Challengers LCQ concluded last night, a winner has been determined. All 12 teams in Challengers have now been revealed and we shall dive into them here in a second. Lots of drama though after this final series, with the losing team immediately dropping their entire roster in quite controversial fashion. Very much enjoyed your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always, I'd greatly appreciate it. Let's dive straight into things. Of course, Governor and co qualified before on the Squirtle squad. I think Governor done a great job really, because I think he got dropped right before this qualifier began. He formed an entirely new team, made a couple of changes, took down all esports here in the decider, and then went on to qualify as well. Awesome to see. Now, as FNS says, after the qualifier concludes, we'll dive into it in a second. So excited to watch Ascension this year. Of course, technically it's Challengers, but Ascension's a cooler name. Ascension's the big tournament at the end of the year that determines which team goes up to the Pro League or to the top league. Every team we have played has impressed me in one way or another. So interesting to hear from FNS actually that of all the teams they've played in Challengers, of course the G2s, the Guards, potentially FaZe, all these teams that NRG have practiced against, they have been impressed by them to some respect. We know that the Guard maybe did a number on them the other day and are looking very good, but yeah, the Guard, G2 and others. M80 was actually many people's favourites as well going into the season. So Ascension's going to be great, or Challengers is going to be great. The beginning of the North American League starts on the 1st of February and we now have all 12 teams officially confirmed. Now, the European region is actually done slightly differently. It's not, you know, the format isn't really in the same way. They've got these regional leagues, which are actually already underway, that I'd kind of, you know, failed to even notice, because there's so many teams in these leagues that are just complete unknowns. There are some good teams in here, but it's not done the same way that the North American Challenger side is done, which is arguably far more interesting and entertaining. But last night, I wanted to give a quick update on Benjyfishy, because we know that he came over from Fortnite. He's been trying to make waves here in the VALORANT scene as a competitive player, and he joined this team called Enterprise Esports as a kind of brand new team, left you know, where he was before. And last night they got a very impressive win against Ascend, who are currently leading up that group. They started out this game 10-0, they ended up winning it on Fracture 13-4. So yeah, really impressive performance from the Enterprise Esports guys. Now, these are only best of ones. It's kind of a weird format, right? Because if you look here, this is the Challengers League East Surge Split 1, which started a while ago now, but they're still playing until February the 26th on the regular season, until the main event in the kind of start to middle of March. But these are the teams in attendance here. There's so many matches that have been played, right? All best of ones. So you guys can see here that Ascend is 6-2, Enterprise now 5-3, and these top teams will go to the main event. They've got to keep up that form. But yeah, quite cool to see how that team is progressing as well, and how Benjyfishy is getting on in what is probably not the best Challengers format in the world. Let's talk then about the North American side and what I think is a much better format. The LCQ concluded with one final team qualifying. That was these guys, or esports, Zeldris, Leah, Yona, VNS and Nilyaz. Awesome performance from these guys. They went down to Squirtle squad the other day, but they managed to win in dramatic fashion as well. It went all the way to game 3 in this really tight series between them and Sonics. Sonics were an interesting team because they were expected to probably qualify, or at least be a team in very much consideration of qualifying. And at this point, he wins a nice 1v2, does Rooney, to put them up in a decent spot. And it all of a sudden looked like, okay, wow, Sonics are going to run away with this one. And indeed they did. A 9-3 half on the offensive side of Bynes, to then get tied up again all the way back at 12-12. The 9-3 curse came through at the biggest time, because, as I say, for these players and also for this organization, this is the chance for them, right? There's no qualification from now. This is the last chance qualifier. There's no promotion, there's no relegation. This is it. And I mean, yeah, these shots are absolutely disgusting here, but they went all the way down from 9-3 to come back to 7-10, to all of a sudden making it all the way back to 12-12, went to overtime, and then they won overtime 14-12. There was even some maybe misplays here in the final round with the raised grenade and all this, but yeah, unbelievable performance from these guys. I wanted to share some immediate reaction here from ShahZaM and also from Tarek watching all this go down, but yeah, the choke, the comeback was absolutely immense.
Wait, he hears him, he hears him. He heard the other guy, right? He heard the other guy. Yo, behind you, bro! Wait, you just swing like that? Respect.
Why run?
Oh, no!
SpaghettiOs.
No, he's not, no, he's not. Oh, what the f happened?
Like I said.
Oh my god.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Good trades, good trades. Jonah 6, heal your boys. Wait, they beat the rotate? Okay. Let VNS plant, get your ult. Yes. Juno waiting room? Yeah, my stream is the Juno waiting room. I'm gladly Is in a waiting room.
All but over for Sonics. It's gonna take
Triple long B. Okay.
a Herculean effort.
I don't know how I feel about this. 3 in the same corner, like.
Playing for ones right now. They don't have a
Dude! He's got a raise nade, man. Oh, he made a footstep.
Off the spike they go. Pure on the spike.
Yes! Oh my god!
Yes, 4 kills on it.
So the overall series looked like this, 2-1 to All Esports, Sonics go down. It's kind of funny because they had such a bad run at the first qualifier, and we thought, okay, they're probably going to be out of the mix, but they beat the Nation right in a comeback game there after they lost to them in the upper side of the bracket. And yeah, Pearl was 13-10 to Or, Fracture went 13-11 the other way, so such a tight series. And then Bind went to overtime after a 9-3 comeback half, and I mean, yeah, I'm sure Sonics will be fuming about that one. They were up 12-9 in the end, it got tied up 12-12, and then they lose, you know, 5 rounds in a row to lose the overtime as well. So they'll be gutted, I'm sure. And the frustrating thing about this is for them is that immediately after this series concluded, they all got dropped from the team. But these are the 12 teams then. So M80 FaZe, that'll be babybay and Co. soon to be confirmed. I think Neptune's going to be the 5th over there. You know, Poison, all these guys as well. TSM, Shopify Rebellion, G2, the Guard. And then they've got these other teams. So Breakthrough, that's not actually an organization. They do have a Twitter account, but it's not like a signed org. Disguised Toaster team is a signed org to Disguised Toaster's team. You've got Oxygen, Dark Ratio, that's also kind of an unsigned team. Squad's Squad on Or Esports. So plenty of organizations that sign certain teams. And of, you know, pretty much the only organizations that actually made it having signed a team, I guess Or Esports, but also Oxygen and DSG. Like, they signed a team, they made it work, congratulations. The other guys are kind of unsigned free agent rosters. Well, not free agents, they want to be the team of 5. But at the same time, just because the team's qualified now, I'm not exactly sure how many of these players they have to keep. But there is an argument to say some of these teams might well upgrade some of their players based on, you know, Squad Or Esports, for example. Yes, they just qualified in great fashion, but there's a chance, right, that if there's some players out there that fail to qualify that might be very good, that some of these teams say, you know what, yeah, let's bring you in as well to upgrade our roster even further. The drama, though, came out of this from Rooney and the other guys on SQ, where Sonics immediately released them from the team. Now, I imagine this was something that was expected before the tournament began, or even when they signed their contract, that Sonics were like, hey, look, if you guys qualify, great, we'll keep, well, supporting you. If you don't qualify, you're going to be released as free agents, and we're going to probably go and sign one of the teams in the Challengers League. It's not out of the realms of possibility. Sonics come in to this group and they say, hey, Breakthrough, do you want to be part of Sonics? And they'll be like, okay, here's the contract, all this. So, you know, it's definitely frustrating to see that all these guys immediately after they lost announced their free agents, right? Announced their free agency, announced that they were looking for a team. As Mina says, you know, thanks for everything. Unlucky it's over. You know, we move forward. And even Pura, right, who initially wasn't removed, then said, yeah, with that being said, I'll be looking for a team. So, yeah, kind of interesting, right, that they lost, they choked in a dramatic fashion, and then immediately they're out of a job, which is, you know, just kind of cruel how fickle it can be here sometimes in the Valorant world. And, you know, Sonics did do a tweet kind of saying goodbye. We went in the distance, couldn't finish. Thanks for supporting us through the qualifiers. But, you know, yeah, their entire team is eliminated, unlucky. And then there has been some talk about this, and you can understand why that, you know, it's kind of L behavior from an organizational perspective to drop your players in that fashion. But I'm sure it was kind of expected going in that was going to be the case, and probably was a known quantity for the team that if they weren't getting through, then, you know, unlucky the team isn't going to support them anymore, because what is there to support them in? There isn't really anything to do. The only kind of criticism, I guess, is that they dropped them immediately after losing, but as I say, it was probably expected to be occurring. ShahZaM, though, really likes the All guys. Well deserved, he says. Good to see them making it through. Always like to see teams that were either unexpected and, you know, really clicked as a team of 5. The issue is for some of these players is that they might not be on the roster going forward, just because there are some other players, the likes of, let's just say, Rossi, that played incredibly well in the Challengers League NA qualifiers, the last chance qualifier, but failed to qualify, that now might want to be picked up. That's the thing. Some of these teams, in fact, a large number of these teams, right, of course, Rossi's team on the Nation, of course, the Kitten Shelter team, we've got Virtuoso, and, you know, these guys nearest airport, Calypso, like, these guys didn't qualify, are out of a team looking for a team, but yet some of the teams that did qualify might be thinking, you know what, Rossi could be an upgrade for us, and that's probably what has already happened here, because as we see here, he kind of tweets out after the qualifier concludes, with the open qualifier over, the Nation are not staying together, now a free agent, most comfortable on initiators and Sentinel, and then just a few hours later, maybe helped by Will Minder's tweet here with the highest kind of rating in the entire tournament from the round of 32 onwards, he says, no longer looking for a team, thanks for all the kind words and support we've got, would like to thank these former guys for looking after me, me, but, you know, much love. So Rossi's got a chance. Now, I don't imagine this is on a tier 1 team. I imagine this might well be on one of these teams we have just seen that has qualified, thinking, you know what, if we are going to beat the guard G2 M80 or whatever, we're going to need an upgrade. So we might as well try and get some players that are of that caliber. So very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Just one final thing to mention, after all the changes to map set and stuff, there is a good argument right now that Icebox is no longer the most stale map, and actually it should be Ascent that should go, or needs some sort of changes. You guys can see here, this is the overall kind of agent pick rate, but on Ascent there is pretty much only one composition that is used. Occasionally you see Fade, occasionally you see Astra, but almost certainly you will see Killjoy, Jet, Sova, KO, and Omen, which is probably indicative of a rather stale map, if not actually still quite a good one. But very much enjoyed your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, take care, and I'll see you next time.